Hello, strong people. Week 5, day 3 of Battle at the Bridge, All-American Pro-Am Prep. Secondary press day today. As you can see, I'm already warmed up. I'm sweating pretty bad. Should have turned that fan off before I started this little chat because it might make some noise, but it's hot out today. We're doing, I thought it was like 10 sets of 3. It's 6 sets of 3. Bands, log incline. It's a deload, but got to keep it somewhat challenging. So I don't really know what weight to go with. Shoulder's still tight. I went to the chiro yesterday, the chiropractor, got some work done. He did some like scraping. I don't know the full name. My buddies told me what it was earlier, and I don't remember now already. But basically, they take this tool or whatever, and they just scrape your muscles down and break up whatever it is, like artificial scar tissue or whatever. It hurts really bad. Yep. Yeah, you can probably see it. It looked a lot worse yesterday. The back's kind of the same. Oh my God, it hurts so bad. I honestly don't know if it did anything, because it's not the front of my delt or the rear delt that's really that bothersome now. It's kind of up here, like where the shoulder meets the trap. So it's still tight. I'm stretching it out today, doing my usual stuff before actually getting into pressing. It doesn't seem to be affecting my overall strength all that much. It's more just uncomfortable on the eccentric. So I want to get it better though, because we have some heavy stuff coming up. I already got my program for next week. Pleasantly surprised. Usually I get that on like Monday before we do it, which he does it kind of on purpose. He's like, we'll surprise you with what your first day of the week's going to be. But I was pretty happy to get it early today, so I looked it over. There is still log, like strict press, but axle is going to be the main movement from here on out up until Battle at the Bridge. So it's I thought we'd see 400 pounds in prep. I thought he'd have us go up to that, but we actually have 385 for 2 to 4 singles, I think, in about 3 weeks. So 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks. But I'm excited for that. I've never done that for reps in a training session before. I've always done that was always the stepping stone to 400. The way that I always try to hit 378 before I move up to 400 in prep or in training when I've messed around with the axle. Now I have not prepped for a max axle since my first nationals in 2022. So I hit 377 there. I've chipped my PR in the gym at 378, and it's always moved so well. But that 400 always feels a little bit wonky. But hopefully this time around we can hit 400 if I need to. I have no idea. I'm prepared for it, but I'm excited to hit the 385, which will end up being 388 in training for hopefully a couple reps. Hopefully the cleans feel better, because the easier the clean is, the more energy you got for the press. That's just in any movement in general in strongman. If your log clean sucks and zaps a lot of energy, your press is probably going to be a little bit not quite as good as it could be. So, but that's enough talk. Let's just start warming up. Well, finish warming up for log, and then we'll see what our working sets are, because 6 sets is a lot. I'm thinking 300-ish, but that might even be too light. We'll see. So I only did 3 sets. My shoulder's bugging me. I'm hesitant on every press, and I'm not controlling it down very well. It's just kind of plopping onto my chest, which isn't not ideal. But I'm just not. My brain is telling me to not push everything into it, so it's making each rep harder than it should be. And that could just be because I got it worked on yesterday, so it's feeling that. I did contemplate not doing today and moving it to tomorrow, but I didn't. Thursdays just work out best for me training-wise. Tomorrow I would have had to push back our usual Friday night stuff. So tonight's better than nothing, but I'm gonna have the reps, or have the sets. So 3 sets instead of 6. I contemplated bumping it down to like 275 or even 250, but this is fine. I'm probably gonna make another appointment to see if I can get the like this part up in here worked on, because that's where it's feeling odd. Something's not quite right. Maybe I'll even take the massage gun to it tonight. I need to charge that, by the way, and just see if I can help myself out a little bit, because it's got to be feeling good for the coming weeks. But I'll make a follow-up appointment. I'm thinking maybe Tuesday or next Tuesday or something. I don't know. Preferably before. I got to make sure I want it to be done before my biggest pressing session of prep. So ideally, I'm feeling the best at that point, but we'll see. It's hot in here. I'm dripping sweat, but I love that. I kind of missed it, at least for now. If I was doing I'm doing a lot of reps for deadlift, I will not like it on days like that. But like log for reps, clean and pressing, in weather like this sucks. I was throwing up, which is not fun, but maybe I shouldn't chug too much water. Maybe I should be smarter. So I got the dumbbell rows next. I don't like those, but I like what they do for me. I don't know if I'll record those. We'll see. And then I have JM press. So let's just move on to the next thing. Too much. Okay. Dumbbell rows are done. I was happy. I didn't hate those as much this time because it was programmed with no bands today. So first 3 sets I went a little bit more slow and controlled. Tried to pause at the top as best I could. And then last set I was just like, I want to see if I can do this. So I threw on, and it can barely fit. I don't know if you can really see that well, but ow. But the clip is not, like, that's it. I don't know if you can see any of that. But I was worried about the clips falling off because it's about an inch maybe of room on the sleeve there before the weights are going to fall off, which would have been really bad. But they didn't, thank God. So I load that up to 200 pounds in plates plus the dumbbell itself is like 12 and a half or something. I usually just say it's 15 just for easy math. So that was 215-ish pounds. That's definitely a dumbbell PR. I've never tried anything close to that. Do I think it was that effective? It didn't feel overly heavy. I know at the end there I was like, oh, it was heavy. But I said that because it wasn't, I couldn't do it as programmed. You know, I couldn't do it controlled or with a tempo. Not with a tempo, with like a pause at the top, which is fine. It wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't super ugly. It could have been worse. Not super clean either. It's kind of somewhere in the middle, so I'm not mad about it. But moving on to the next thing here. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. So I got my MRI results back. Because I don't know if you were following along there, but I got an MRI on Saturday. And I got my results back Monday or Tuesday. I got them back pretty quick. Now, obviously, I'm not a doctor, so everything that I am going to talk about is based on quick Google research, which is accurate if you do it correctly. I went to school for psychology. We had to do research projects, so I kind of know what I'm doing. Not great, but, you know, enough to pick out the trash. I'm going to butcher this name because I didn't bother to actually see how it was supposed to be said, but it's retrolithiasis, something like that. But basically, oh, my wife coming in. Yep, pause. All right, we're back. So, my dog wanted to come in and say hi. The one that peed on my sandbag. You gotta love him. But I have 6 millimeters of retrolithiasis on my L5 relative to my S1. So basically what that means is my L5 vertebrae it's on top of my S1. It's back 6 millimeters. It's out of line 6 millimeters. So, which explains a lot. Typically, this doesn't necessarily happen sudden, but I think in my case it did. It makes sense because when it happened, I wasn't able to lean back. You know, I wasn't able to go back without it pinching. So that's what that means, is it was pushed back, so it would make it difficult to lean back. So I think I did it suddenly. With that being said, 6 millimeters, it says, is moderate to severe, depending on what scale you're looking at probably. But good news is it's supposedly not as bad as like a disc herniation. Disc herniations tend to press on nerves right away. It's more likely to press on a nerve, cause more pain, I guess. I'm not saying this is like great, but generally speaking, a disc would have been worse. So that's good news. And then as far as like what to do to fix it, it's like general physical therapy, strengthening the area around it, the usual stuff, the stuff that makes life better in general, exercise, eating right, taking care of yourself, all the typical stuff. So it's nothing that I'm not doing already, which could explain why it got better quick. I don't want to say it's perfect, but I would say that it healed faster than what I thought it would have. With that being said, obviously it's still out. I mean, here we are 3 months later, however long it's been, and it's still 6 millimeters out. So I don't know if it's supposed to go back to where it was. I don't know. But my doctor hasn't reached out to me yet to do like any sort of whatever. But in case you're wondering, no herniated discs, not at all. So to the guy that commented on one of my shorts that was like, herniated disc waiting to happen or whatever, he's like, you'll feel that, like, let's show us an MRI of your back. I'm like, here you go. Not that crazy. Whatever. So I don't really know what the next step is. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So that's about all I got. Let's move on to whatever's next. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I'm going to, I might actually end the video here. We'll see. I'm going to move on to, it's supposed to be JM press with the SSB. But I think I'm going to let my shoulder rest in that movement and do just some banded push downs or something like that. Something a little bit easier. So I think I'm going to end the video there because those are boring to me. So until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.